Yo, how's it going? My name is Youssef Tabbiche and I'm the creative director and owner of the Sydney, Australia-based film company, YouiFilms. For the first time ever, I'm going to be giving behind-the-scenes access into the latest commercial I realised for Apex Day-1 and the Sonny Webster Signature Series collection. Realised? What do you mean by realised? Glad you asked. The definition of, well, my definition at least, is to have successfully delivered a project from concept to completion. In other words, coming up with an idea and following through with that idea all the way to the end. Now, if you haven't already watched the video, there's a link in the description below or in the title card, so feel free to watch it. It's only 1 minute and let me know what you think. Alright, so with this commercial, it took 2 weeks to plan, 2 days to prepare / organise, and 2 days to shoot. See the pattern? Day 1, first scene. We started off with shooting the R&D scene in the studio, showing the behind the scenes process of creating the collection pieces. Now with the next scene, it actually didn't make it to the final cut, and these things happen. For me personally, I'd rather have 30 minutes of usable footage rather than struggle with very minimal footage. So for me, my biggest tip is overshoot. You really should be thinking of the edit while you're shooting. Save yourself the hassle and put in the work now while you're shooting and get those extra shots. So in this scene, really what I was capturing was Sonny just packing up his bag with all the necessary gear he needed for the lifting session later on the car park rooftop.
It's going good, man. It's going good. Third time's a charm.
Youssef's bought the biggest fucking camera in the world. That's the fucking guy she told you not to worry about.
Next, we moved over to the car park rooftop that overlooked the Sydney city skyline. Now, I tried to get location permits for this specific spot, but due to COVID and whatnot, the management of that car park got back to me and said, you know, we're not able to take any bookings. So yeah, even though we just went and guerrilla shot it, what we had done the day before is Ben and I headed up to that car park with the ute and we had just sussed it out. But yeah, that location was amazing. From there, we ended up going to a secondary location, a backup location, and it had a nice view of the city skyline as well, but it had more water involved. Judging by what we actually filmed, can you guess which location we got kicked out of first? So shoot day, we're back at this location, the rooftop, and I felt just in case we should start off by shooting the ending, the most important scene. And that's another tip. Shooting the ending for me is probably the best thing because I know what I can fix to lead up to that point. I can make that ending perfect, putting all that effort into the ending, because having a good ending can forgive a bad film, apparently. So straight after we shot that ending scene, we moved into Sonny throwing around the actual weights. Let me tell you, that first take we took, oh gee, like just look at this. The whole rooftop shook. It was the loudest thing and we were all looking at each other like, yep, we're gonna get kicked out. But all was well. We ended up shooting a lot of the throwing around scene. We even got the drone up in the air, and yeah, we even ended up shooting the scene of Sonny in the back of his boot, just getting ready, putting some of his gear on and whatnot, leading into the scene of him throwing around the weights. So we really shot that whole segment backwards. We shot the ending first, and then we shot the throwing the weights around scene, and then we shot the scene of Sonny putting on all his gear to throw the weights around, which leads on to the ending. Movie magic.
How'd you think it went?
Really well, thank goodness, man. You know, beautiful sunny day. This is why I'm behind the camera.
Yep, and after that rooftop car park, that was a wrap on day one. So I plan to shoot all the scenes with Sonny Webster on the first day, and that's what we did. So day one, we wrapped up, and here we are on to day two. So we didn't have Adam on day two to film any of the behind the scenes footage. So we had Joe, AKA The Don, take some behind the scenes photos on my other camera, so we could take a look at that. Okay, so day two, we started off straight at Gasoline Motor Co. to film Ben loading up the Apex C10 Ute with the care package crate. Now, after that scene was shot, we then moved on to one of the most fun and sketchy things I've done to get the shot. Disclaimer, do not try this yourself. We are trained professionals and we had all the safety tools and procedures in place to make sure nothing went wrong. We had all the roads blocked off, everything was all good. So unless you do all that stuff, then you can replicate this. Otherwise, do not try this. So this scene really was just the Apex C10U with the care package crate on the back, just a bunch of rolling shots on the private road, and yeah, it served the purpose of leading to the rooftop scene. And yeah, that's a wrap on day two. And from there, I went on to editing the 1 minute commercial, color grading it, doing the sound design, and here we are. I just want to give a massive shout out to Adam from Killer Creative for coming down and shooting the behind the scenes footage, bringing his drone and capturing all those beauty shots on the rooftop. Thank you, man, I really appreciate you. I also want to give a massive shout out and a massive thank you to my good friend Brandon Hermit, also known as DLTO, for making that song for this project. I told you, bro, I told you keep this song, I'm gonna use it for a commercial one day. Also, a big thank you to Jason from Gasoline Motor Co. for allowing us to come down and use his space to shoot. Thank you to Camera Hire Sydney for the easy rig. Literally, that thing saved me. My camera rig is way too heavy and I really need to invest in one of these easy rigs. But in the meantime, thank you Camera Hire Sydney for the easy rig. Big up Sonny Webster. Thank you for being such an amazing person and just all-round fun person to work with. Vicky and Joe, aka The Don, thank you for being amazing actors in the R&D scene, as well as all your involvement behind the scenes. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you to the whole team at Apex Day 1. And finally, massive, big thank you to Ben for making all this possible. Thank you, man. Thank you for putting your trust in me and allowing me to pursue my dreams. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you and everything you've taught me. Really, I really do, man. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. This is my first time ever doing anything like this. I would love to do it again. So we'll see what the future holds. Peace, guys.